What's going on, guys? Jared here, JC's Lawn Tips, back at you guys again with another video here. I appreciate you tuning in. Super excited about this video. This is actually my biggest project to date, and I'm very excited to walk you guys through it with me and just show you everything that went wrong with this project, everything that went right with this project. It turned out to be very good in the end, but we had a few little hiccups. Learn from our mistakes, move on, right? So you'll see those in this video, but I wanted to explain that this is a pretty good sized project of moving in some dirt and stuff like that. You'll see I say, hey, we have to move 110 yards. That 110 yards only turned out to be really 60 in the end. We had 80 delivered, had to haul some away. You'll see all that in this video. So if you guys like what you see, be sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and don't forget to comment down below. Let me know what you think of this video. Protecting our curb here. Bring the quad axle all the way back here on these pieces of wood. And we're filling in this swimming pool back here. Approximately 110 yards of dirt or so, give or take. So we're gonna be filling this thing in today, hoping it's gonna work well for us. Here's a good before shot of what this looked like as soon as I came to look at this job. You can see there's a piece of metal laying in the middle there. We pulled that out. We scraped all the rock back and just buried the rock. That's what the customer wanted done. He didn't want to pay to have it hauled away. So that's what we did there, and ripped out all those bushes up top, as well as just filled everything in, compacted it, topsoil, and seed. And this right here is where the party starts. You can see the dump truck was able to get back there. And now that's something I coordinated with the delivery company beforehand. The same dump truck driver you see here, I had him delivering for a project a week before. And I talked to him back then saying, you know, hey, is there any way to get a quad axle in the backyard of a property? He said, yeah, we can do it as long as there's enough space and as long as the ground is, you know, hard and it didn't rain, any of that stuff. And just know that you're responsible for any lawn damage. Now, me thinking that the plywood would prevent the lawn damage, boy, was I wrong. I did 2 layers of 3/4 inch plywood and it just bent it like crazy, which is fine. I mean, I just had to get a little extra topsoil, no big deal. So you can see we were able to dump that pile there, which saved so much time from having to, you know, truck and back and forth material from the street to the backyard with just that machine. Now I could have got a full-size skid, done it, but it just saved a lot of time. We were able to just kind of scrape back the decorative rock, start bringing in some of that fill there and just kind of blending everything in. And then after a while here, you'll see us start to pull these shrubs out as we work our way up with the machine. Just so, because the grade was kind of steep there at first until we started filling in that hill, we were able to get up there with the machine and some pallet forks, rip out those shrubs, make a pile of them to haul away later. And just a lot of different moving parts to this project. You can see us ripping out the shrubs right here now. And then before you know it, another truck's here. 20 more yards of fill. So we got the first 20 yards in, just had another 20 yards delivered, leaving a lot of ruts and ruining my plywood, but hey, it is what it is. Getting this area filled in, we ripped out all the bushes. We're gonna start moving all this dirt back in here and getting this graded out. Yards spread out. We got 20 more coming. It's probably gonna be a little heavy, but to be able to spread it out, we got a little bit more to put on the hillside. And we got another 20 yards of topsoil coming. We gotta fill in this area yet, fill in that little bit where those slabs are, get those out of there. All those bushes, all the concrete away. Then we gotta fix all these ruts that we made. So get hopefully all this done today and then come back tomorrow and seed it all over, but we'll see what happens.
truck number 3 backing in, loading up with dirt here.
Now, I love dump trucks as much as the next guy, but this is the one time I wish I did not order this load of fill. During the job, I knew we needed more fill, but it was clearly not this much. We ended up having to scrape away 20 yards of fill. This whole dump truck, we spread everything out. And by the time we had the topsoil over it, there was this big crown on it, and the customer even pointed it out. And he was right, and I wasn't saying he was wrong. So the next day we got out, and my only option to haul it away was my dump trailer. So after 4 trips with the dump trailer, a few hours of labor, we were back to where we should have been. But hey, you don't know unless you learn. So you learn from experience, you learn from your failures, and you move on.
We got our topsoil here now, 20 yards of topsoil. We got a little extra fill to haul out, but the rest of the area is pretty much graded. And gonna mix a little bit of this stuff, but it is what it is. Guys, we got our 20 yards of topsoil. We got a little bit of extra fill we'll probably just haul out, but the grade is pretty much done here. We got a couple little low spots to fill in, but then we're going to be spreading topsoil all through here, and then probably coming back tomorrow to do the seeding. But we put a couple hours on the machine today, and we got to fill in some of these ruts later too. But we ripped out where those rocks were, installed a little bit of edging that was there, and then we're going to be seeding all of this, match it into this hillside. So day 1, got most of the topsoil down. Got a little bit of fill to haul out that's extra. Got more topsoil. We filled in that rut there. We got to fill in one more rut. And then seed, straw. We got to rip out some bushes, haul out this stuff, haul out that stuff, haul out this old concrete that the pool stuff was sitting on. We'll be out of here. Alrighty, we are back for day 2. And we just got to fill in this rut, haul out some dirt, seed everything, and get everything house hauled out of here, rip out a couple bushes. We're done, but we got to make this track here look like this one over here, and then it'll look like we've never even been here in a couple weeks. Got the machine warming up. Got my brother gonna go cut some bushes with the Sawzall. I forgot a chainsaw, but no big deal. We got some nice blades that'll do well. Here's our dirt we got left. Got probably 8 yards of topsoil. That will use all of that for sure, and then we probably got a good 5 yards of fill to heat up. So looking good though. All right, you guys, we got our first trailer loaded down for today. We got a lot of dirt and some brush. That's more brush we have to haul out. We've just been using this rut that we made with the quad axle yesterday. We have this one already filled in, ready to go. And I want to show you guys what else we have to do still. We have to scrape out some more fill. Have a little bit too much here. So we'll probably end up hauling back around 10 yards, which kind of sucks, but I'd rather have, I guess, too much than not enough, maybe. I don't know. But and then the other thing too is it's a little crowned in there. We thought we were going to be able to just throw seed on it, but we got to scrape a little bit more off of there. But we should still be able to wrap this up today. And then got rid of that pile that you guys saw earlier, and then topsoil we still have to use, so that's going to stay here. And then we got to haul out all this stuff yet, but all this is good. I want to show you over here though too. We use a steel paddle broom. We're able to just kind of get everything off the grass, so we don't have to reseed that area. We'll have to reseed up to here, but at least we're not reseeding all of this, and all of this over here we'll be able to just paddle broom all that off too, so that'll be nice.
Oh boy, this is where I can laugh now. Yeah, we only have 5 yards to haul away, except for, like I said, that 5 turned into 20. And this is what really hurt the most, was digging up all of our fresh work that we did. But it really made a huge difference. Most people probably wouldn't have noticed, but there was just a slight crown in the middle, and I'm so glad we took the time to get that out, because that could have caused future problems. So we did that, removed all the excess dirt. Like I said, four trailer loads of dirt, so 20 yards. We still had just enough topsoil. I didn't have to get any more topsoil, but it did take us about an extra day to finish everything than we had anticipated. But it worked out fine in the end. Now you can see we got the grading fixed, getting the seed down, and all that good stuff. And we do a final rake through by hand. Now we don't compact with the machine, just this top layer, because you want it to be a little loose to allow the grass to grow, the top inch or two there. So my brother's raking the seed in, because when you do seeding, you want to have the seed raked in about a ½ inch below the ground. That way it's already in the dirt, able to start establishing some roots and start growing. So we rake it in by hand, and then we cover it with straw. The reason we use straw blankets, well, first of all, in this case, because it's a hillside, they call them erosion control mats, ECMs. So it's going to help hold back the hillside and prevent any erosion from happening. You can also use pen mulch, but the idea between straw and pen mulch is to help lock in that moisture and really help the soil, stay moist and let that seed germinate.
Alrighty, so we are laying down the straw right now. Got that whole area used, 8-foot straw blankets. They're 8 by 112.5 feet. Get to these little stretches here. Stick it using pen mulch and other stuff, but I saw online, if you guys follow Christopher Drumheller, he's digging with Drummy on Instagram, I'll tag him here. He cut the straw wool in half so you're able to use it in smaller areas. I think that's just the coolest idea. So I brought the Sawzall today, and we can just cut these, cut them while they're whole rolls, and then just roll them out and tack them down. But I thought that was a really, really cool idea. We'll definitely be using that for the years to come. This is finished product here. Show you guys the hill we got. All seeded, strawed. Got some starter fertilizer down there. It was blended in almost perfectly. Not bad at all. And then we had to cut this edging in, tie it together. The customer even came out and tied it together for us. Nice of him. And then over here, got the tracks there. You can see how nice this hillside turned out. Cleaning up some last minute debris here, cleaning up some other stuff there, but other than that, looking good.
Here is the full time lapse of the job here. I was going to put it throughout the video, but it just goes pretty quick. Here you're able to see us moving all the dirt and taking away the dirt, as well as getting everything graded, seeded, all that stuff. So it turned out really well, and I'm very proud of me and my brother for getting this thing done in a few days. Like I said, ran into a couple issues, but if you're not making mistakes and failing, you're not learning. I also wanted to show you guys how we kind of compacted as we went. So you can see here, took the machine and the tracks, drove over every few inches, just like you would do lifts for like a patio and stuff like that, to compact this sub base, because you really want the sub base to be strong. You don't want to compact the topsoil too much, otherwise the grass isn't going to grow. So we wanted to make sure that this dirt is compacted into the hillside. Now you guys remember seeing this picture. This is exactly what I saw as soon as I went to bid this project. This is exactly what it looked like before we started, after the pool was already disassembled and everything. I'm about to blow your mind. I'm very proud of this next picture. I stopped by the following summer, this last spring here, and took a look at what it looks like now, and look how the grass came in. I didn't have to come back and reseed anything, add any bare spots or anything. The customer kept up with the watering, and you would never even know that there was a pool there. This is, when I stopped by, words can't express the joy I felt seeing that the job came out like this. I mean, you always hope it does, but sometimes, things go wrong and whatnot. But just seeing this and having a happy customer made it all worth it. So, guys, whatever you're doing in your business, your life right now, push yourself, challenge yourself to do more, because I know you can do it, especially if I can do it.
You made it to the end of this video, and as I promised, I'm going to tell you a quick story about this dump truck driver. I had this dump truck driver the previous week, as you heard before, for one of my deliveries, and he was really awesome, really friendly, super nice. And if you do any deliveries for me or whatever, I always hook up those guys with Gatorade, with chips, whatever we got on the job site there, and toss a little tip money their way, because they're helping us tremendously by getting us the material there that we need on time. So the dump truck driver's name is David, and David is pretty cool. He was able to coordinate everything and make everything work between me and him to get this stuff moved to the backyard. So his job that day for me was literally to run loads back and forth from their yard to my job site all day. That he had no other job sites to deliver to, nothing. So in between, I'm like, it's getting to be lunchtime. My parents actually came by to drop off an angle grinder blade. We needed a cutoff disc for the angle grinder to cut through some of the metal banding that was left from where like the pool was and stuff. So we were cutting that out, and it was going to be lunchtime. My mom goes, "Hey, you want us to bring you some lunch? What do you want, Chick-fil-A?" I'm like, "Sure, sounds great." I said, "Hey, wait, give me a second. Can I call our delivery driver, see if we can get him some Chick-fil-A?" So I call up David because I had his number just from driving around and stuff all day with me, or doing our deliveries for me, I should say. And I call him up. I'm like, "Hey, man, you got any lunch plans?" No, why? What's up?" I'm like, "Hey, you want Chick-fil-A?" "Oh, dude, that'd be great. You don't have to do that, Hey, no worries. Let's get it taken care of." So anyway, we get Chick-fil-A. He comes, drops off a load of dirt. Instead of leaving to go back and get a load right away, he stays for lunch. My parents come. We're sitting there at the customer's patio eating lunch, just talking and stuff like that. And my mom recognized him and, says his name like, "Wait, is your last name this?" And he's like, "Yes." Craziest thing ever. This guy, David, has been a friend of the family for years, but we haven't seen him in like 10 years. So me personally, being the 20-year-old I was, I would have seen him when I was 10. I couldn't have told you who he was by looking at him. I mean, dude's got a beard and hat and sunglasses on, all this stuff, right? So, and if my mom had not have been there, we would have not have ever figured this out. And what's really cool on top of this is that truck that you saw in this video, David bought that truck and now has his own trucking company, and I've used him this year on several occasions. Not regularly, just because we don't do a ton of material like that, but on the weekends and stuff, if I get a big job, I'm like, "Hey, I need, 9 tons of rock, 23 tons of rock, whatever," and he can run it for me. So just a super good connection, super valuable there. So just super blessed to have that connection. It's just mind-blowing that, a friend of the family that we've known for years and years, our parents have worked together and stuff, like we used to go to Halloween parties, all this stuff. And you never would have known if had my mom not been there in that moment. That right there is a God moment, my friends. And just super cool to be a part of something like that. And to this day, just blows my mind. And me and David still talk about it. Me and David are good friends, and we try to catch up every once in a while, grab a bite to eat, just talk while we see each other out and about doing stuff. So guys, if you like this video, please comment down below, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel. Maybe we can get David on here later, talk about his trucking business. But guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.